Are you planning a trip to Miami? Do you need a central location near all the fun and nightlife? We found the spot for you.
Welcome to our channel, Tim and Kate's Excellent Adventures.
Cruise Edition. We found a hotel centrally located in downtown Miami called the Grayson. This is north of the financial district, and it's near the MacArthur Causeway. This puts it centrally near Bayside, near the cruise ship docks. It puts it a short Uber ride away from the Wynwood and also Little Havana.
So the reason we really chose this area, we had never been to Miami before, and we were going on our cruise. So we really picked this area because that was very close to the port where we would be going to get on our cruise ship. Mm-hmm. Yep. We could actually see it.
Oh, yeah, dude. We saw ships pulling in and departing from our balcony, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Virgin Dock is the one that's closest to downtown Miami, so that's the one that we could see. And instead of being parallel to the dock, it was perpendicular, so we'd get to see a nice side profile of a Virgin cruise ship dock.
Yeah,
cruise ship in the dock.
Yes, and it made it kind of fun and exciting to know that in a few days, or our countdown of when we were getting on the ship, that we're going to go right over there. We could see it.
We're getting on one of those.
Yes,
that'll be fun.
Now, we loved the Grayson. We
absolutely.
really enjoyed it, not only because of the location, but because of the amenities.
The amenities in the hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, this is normal for hotels, but when you first walk in, they have an ice water dispenser with some little citrus wedges in it. It's pretty good. The staff were amazing. I have not had a hotel stay with such a friendly staff.
Yeah, they were. You didn't have to really ask for information. They were giving it to you.
Absolutely.
Right when you were going. And I know that that should be a given, but sometimes that's not. And they were very helpful and excited to give us information. It wasn't just, here's kind of what we say, this is what we tell everyone. They were wanting to know where we were planning on going. So when we said, say, Little Havana, they were like, oh my gosh, you have to try this coffee. You have to try this location for tacos. They were super excited and very, again, helpful in helping us figure out what we were going to do.
They were excellent ambassadors to the city of Miami. I have never had an experience like this at a hotel. And
yeah.
It was great. It was great. One of the other things that kind of hits you in the face when you first walk in is they have a scent dispenser.
Oh my gosh.
It smelled so good.
It was so good. I was just oh my gosh. It's that was the first thing that I noticed right away, right when we walked in, because we kind of went in a back way when we first arrived, just kind of where our Uber driver had dropped us off. And right when you walked in, instantly I was like, holy moly, it smells so good in here.
It did. Other things we liked about the hotel, they had a restaurant on the third floor. We had dinner there one night and breakfast another. The dinner, we kept it pretty low-key. I mean, I had a hamburger.
And I had a salad.
I mean, keep it low-key. And of course, we had to try some of the local drinks. I believe I had a Hatui beer, which is local to Miami. It's a Cuban-style pale lager.
Yeah, and for our little breakfast, we were going to eat we knew we were going to eat a large lunch. We had reservations at the Versace mansion. Mm-hmm. And so we just wanted a little something. So they had mini pastries that you could get.
They were delicious.
They were delicious, and I think it was 4
You got 4 mini pastries.
4 or 5 mini pastries, and they were perfect. And it came with a juice, and that was exactly what we needed. They do have other items, obviously on the menu, but we didn't need that.
Stay to the end of this video because we'll tell you about one of the things that the Grayson staff did for us that totally took our trip to the next level. It was in our room. The room was pretty big. The bathroom was huge
Massive,
for
yeah.
hotel standards.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought the room was massive for a hotel
right,
as well.
and the balcony was big. And we only had just a couple of normal chairs, and we only had a little table outside. But if they wanted to, they could have put some lounges that you could sit back in.
Yeah, you definitely could. We didn't do this, but it would have been kind of a fun little area to even eat your breakfast out on the balcony or have your coffee. We didn't, like I said, we didn't do that. We did sit out there a couple of times, and we did that a lot at night. We would go out and look at the city because it was all lit up, and so that was really cool.
It was really cool. You could see the city. You could see Miami Beach off in the distance from where we were. And, of course, you could hear the goings-on of everything. We were on the 10th floor, and we could still hear cars with loud engines, some of them honking. Every once in a while we'd see the police or the fire department go by. I mean, just normal city stuff. But what I thought was amazing was, even though all of that's really loud, and we are fairly high up off the street, with the balcony door open, you could hear that almost clear as day. But when we closed that balcony, it was quiet, and we were able to get a good night's sleep. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it would have had to have been super loud for us to hear it inside. So that was great. And then we also had a table and chairs inside the room as well, not just the bed. So that was nice as well. We mainly used it for putting our stuff on.
It was kind of a clutter collector.
Yes. But it was nice to be able to sit somewhere else other than sitting on the bed.
Absolutely. The bathroom counter was very large.
Yes.
We had a lot of room. The sink was nice and very large, and it was great for brushing your teeth.
Yes. And they had a great light around the mirror. Was wonderful. It was one of those beautiful lights. So you could see everything. I loved putting my makeup on while I had that light on. And it was a great night light as well for nighttime, so that if you needed to walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night, that was really great. Talking about massive, the shower.
The shower was huge. On either end, it had shower heads. So if you wanted to, you could have both showered at the same time.
Yes. We didn't do that, but you definitely could have.
Totally could
or
have.
You could just be like how we were, and we just really enjoyed a big shower each time that we were in it.
And speaking of which, we could have put a lounge chair in there and just showered while laying down.
Yes.
We didn't do that because that would just be a mess.
Yes. Now, going still with the bathroom, everything was, we're saying, it's great, massive, very nicely laid out. The one thing that we probably didn't, was a little strange about the bathroom, and it didn't bother us as much because we've been together for a while, for 7 years, so it was fine. But if you were traveling with friends, or maybe if you were traveling with someone that you just newly are dating, it might be a little odd that the bathroom did not have an actual door. It was curtains. And then when you walked in, you were right where you could see the vanity and everything. And then to your left was the shower. And then to the right was the bathroom, or the toilet room. And it did have a door, but it wasn't a door that shut completely. It was just kind of a little swinging kind of door. And it was frosted.
It's a very thin frosted door with gaps at the top and bottom.
Yes. So noise was going to be heard in the room.
And then also with the shower, it's one big glass door.
Yes.
So if you wanted some privacy in the shower, you're not going to get it.
Right. If someone had to use the toilet and you were in the shower, that was going to be weird because you would be seen in the shower. So just take note of that as well.
Yes.
But like I said, it was everything was massive in there, and for us it wasn't a problem.
Right, not for us. A couple of other, I don't want to call them ticks against the hotel, but things that kind of annoyed us just a little bit. The television controls, some screens were English, some were Spanish, and some were blank.
And we couldn't figure out how to fix it.
The settings were kind of functionally useless on the TV. The saving grace is that we're in Miami and we're not there to watch TV. I
No.
mean, maybe catching up on a show would have been nice. One of those nights when we were back in our room and just needed to wind down at the end of the day, but didn't really have that option, and that's okay. I mean, we still had Wi-Fi, so we could stream a couple things off of our phones, so that wasn't bad.
And probably the biggest thing with the TV that was probably like for someone who is visiting Miami is they had like things like attractions and what to do and like the map of the hotel, but when you clicked on it, it was nothing. So they may be updating that it's for some reason. So that was the only thing for us. We were like, oh, we'll see information about the hotel, and then there was nothing.
There was nothing, and
so we just went on a little trek around.
And this is January of 2025. They may have fixed that since then.
Another thing that we didn't mention is that when you get on the elevator, when you're getting on to the in from the lobby and from anywhere else, you have to use your card to get to your room floor. It will only go to public places without it. So that was a nice security, knowing that you have to be someone that's staying at the hotel to get on to the room floors.
To get on, yes. And one other thing that I wish worked, we didn't need it, but it would have been nice to have. The in-room safe didn't really we couldn't figure out how to get it locked. I mean, it's just like in any other in-room safe. You close the door, input a 4-digit code, and then to open it back up, you input the 4-digit code again. But it kept chirping at us like, no, that's not how this is going to work. So we just kind of gave up.
We gave up. I'm sure if we called down to the staff, they probably would have helped us with it or got us a different safe. We just decided that we would just move on.
Right. So this hotel has a lot to offer. And we didn't take advantage of all of it. For example, they had a free 2-hour bicycle rental. And we didn't take advantage of that, and mostly because we didn't go there to ride bikes, even though if you wanted to explore that part of Miami, as long as you're not on a busy street, like the street out in front of the hotel, Biscayne Boulevard, riding a bicycle in that street, if you're not an avid cyclist, would be bad. The sidewalks on either side are wide and very roomy, but they were still full of... Well, frankly, people that live there. I mean, it's not just a playground downtown down there. People live down there, and that was wonderful to see. People are out walking their dogs. They're out running and having a great time. You can tell that people enjoy living in this neighborhood in Miami. It's really nice. One of the other, but bicycling, I don't think we would want to do that. Even though there are a couple of parks nearby and a museum nearby that you would be a short bicycle ride to. I just didn't feel comfortable attempting that.
No.
The hotel is also across the street from the Frost Science Center, and if you had brought your kids with you, they do offer a discount to that Frost Science Center. I didn't look up the price of the Frost Science Center, and I don't know what the discount is, and I apologize for not being able to get that to you.
Yeah, but it did look very cool.
It did.
So if you do have more time, we didn't have as much. We had a couple of days, and we knew the things that we wanted to check out. But if you had more time, or like Tim said, if you have kids, I think that would have been a really neat place to check out. Mm-hmm. And again, it was across the street, and the hotel had discounts for you.
They sure did. There's a couple of other amenities we didn't take advantage of. They offer fitness classes for yoga and aerobics, and Midwestern dad, I don't do that kind of thing. They had a weight room, but that's not what I went to Miami for. And they also have a rooftop pool, which again, if you have kids, rooftop pool is the way to go.
Yeah, and it was nice. We
It
went
really
up there,
was.
we checked everything out, and it looked, very fun, beautiful, everything laid out really nice. The fitness center, everything looked very clean. But we were wanting to go to the beach. We don't have a beach in Nebraska, so
Well,
we have pools, so we were like, we wanted to go check out the beach.
let's talk a little bit about the hotel location. This hotel is walking distance from a shopping center called Bayside. In addition to stores, they have a Crocs store, they have a Foot Locker, a Champ Sports, that kind of thing. They also have a large collection of restaurants and bars. They have an outdoor amphitheater adjacent to a marina. So, and on one end of it, they have a collection of restaurants kind of anchored by Margaritaville and Landshark. And at the very end of that, also, they have a big Ferris wheel. And if you continue down the sidewalk in Bayside, you can find the location of the last scene ever shot for the television show Miami Vice.
And I would have to say this shopping center is more like a shopping center on steroids. There was a lot of bars. There was outdoor seating, dancing, a lot going on. Like, we didn't go shopping at all, but we could have. And if we forgot something or we definitely could have shopped. But we did check out some restaurants while we were there, both on 2 days, one in the evening, one in the morning. We checked out one of the bars, and there was some live entertainment, and so we kind of watched that a little bit. And so yeah, we don't have that kind of stuff in Nebraska either at our malls.
They try, but it's nothing like that. Also from walking distance from the Grayson is the Kaseya Center. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but that's where the Miami Heat play their basketball games when they're in Miami. But the cool thing about where we were, downtown Miami, is that we were a short Uber ride from just about all the fun stuff that Miami has to offer. Like, we were, 5 minutes from Little Havana?
I believe so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And maybe 5 minutes from Wynwood, which is a really cool art neighborhood. And then maybe a 15-minute drive to South Beach.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the most important one for our reason for going to Miami, the cruise port.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it was very easy. Tim would get the app, the Uber app or the Lyft app, and would get us, and we didn't have to wait very long ever for a car. And we would get to all the different little neighborhoods. So there was no reason to rent a car for us. We didn't think that was worth it. And they do have like a train that you can, a pedestrian mover that you could use. And we talked about using it, but when we were looking to like get to places for where we were going to go,
it didn't take us where we wanted to go.
Yeah. So we'd have to be like getting on, off. And it would take like an hour where it was going to take, 5 to 15 minutes tops to just get in the car. So we figured that was easier for us.
At the earlier part of the video, we told you about a nice little surprise that was given to us by the Grayson staff. It was beach chair tickets at the Savoy Beach Club. Oh, man. Oh, if you have the opportunity to sit on a non-crowded part of Miami Beach, take it. We asked, where's a good place to get coffee? And everybody behind the counter at the Grayson says, oh, you definitely have to go to Little Havana. And I said, well, is it possible to get a good cortado around here? And the staff just looked at each other like, no. You have to go to Little Havana. There's a shop that has a bunch of mocha pots in the window. That's where you go.
And we did.
We did. When we asked about Little Havana, they just interjected and said, are you planning on visiting Miami Beach? And we said, yes. And then they handed us the 2 tickets for 2 beach chairs at the Savoy Beach Club.
Yeah, so, and then when we went there to the Savoy Beach Club, we literally went inside, we went to the front desk, we said that I don't even think we had to show him the ticket at that point. We just said that we had the tickets. He told us where to go. So then there was a person outside that literally was for the beach club. And we gave her the ticket. We told her, all of our, kind of like our room information at the Grayson. She gave us little bracelets. We went on, and when we got to the beach, they were there waiting, asking us, did we want like service, like food or drink service? They brought us to where our chairs were. There was towels. So it was wonderful.
It was a nice and relaxing experience. We sat in our chairs for a little while. We watched the cruise ships come out of the port and then disappear over the horizon for a couple of hours. It was nice.
Yeah.
We walked into the water for a little bit, and then we realized that everybody was packing up, and I think that's when the Savoy Beach Club staff starts to get ready to go home. So we took that as our opportunity to.
And that was around like 4 or 4:30 that they were starting to pack up, and that they were going to grab put away the chairs and umbrellas and things like that.
Yeah, but overall, if you have the opportunity to visit Miami Beach, take advantage of the Savoy Beach Club if it's presented to you, because it is wonderful.
Yeah.
It is relaxing. It is worth the price of admission. Even if you are going the route of the Grayson will get you a couple of chairs for a couple of days.
Yeah, if you are not wanting to stay on Miami Beach and kind of stay downtown, like by your port, again, if you're traveling on a cruise, I would definitely then ask about those tickets to the Savoy.
Definitely. So if you liked this video, I'm going to ask that you give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. And also, if you're interested in staying at the Grayson, please, we have an affiliate link down below that'll take you to Expedia, and you can book a room to stay at the Grayson. Understand that it's an affiliate link, and if you make a purchase after clicking that link, we'll get a small cut of that, and that helps our channel and helps our channel grow, so we do appreciate that a great deal. And if you plan on staying at the Grayson, leave us a comment below.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching.